digital or traditional that you're going to use in order for you to attract more clients or more customers to your business. Can you please read the learning objectives, Anna May, Celestial?
Yes po, ma'am. After the completion of the topic, students will able to one, enumerate the major steps in designing a customer-driven marketing strategy. Two, discuss the major bases for segmenting consumer and business markets. And three, differentiate market targeting and positioning strategies. And number four, develop a marketing strategy and coordinate sales activities.
Okay, so class, these are the learning points that you will be acquired later at the end of our discussion. So now let's proceed with our discussion. First, let's define what is market in marketing. So we always use the term market when we are discussing starting from our chapter 1 up to chapter 7. So as mentioned, class, on the introduction of tourism marketing on our chapter 1, last time on our midterm, we discussed that when we say market, ito yung tinatawag nating clients, your consumers, yung mga mamimili nyo, or yung mga guests na pumupunta sa different organizations or businesses inside tourism and hospitality industry. So tatandaan nyo lang, class, when we say market in marketing, these are the consumer or these are the buyers of your products and services. Moving forward, market targeting. So ano ba yung tinatawag nating market targeting? So can you please read, Avi, market targeting?
Ma'am, ako po ba? Ma'am, rinig po ba yung boses ko po?
I cannot. Yes. Correct. Yes, you are.
Market targeting. Targeting in marketing is a strategy that breaks a large market into smaller segments to concentrate on a specific group.
Gonzales, do you hear me?
Yes po, rinig po.
Yes. Loud and clear.
Ma'am, clear po ba yung audio ko?
I think you have okay, sorry. I think you have a slow internet. Choppy. Sige, I'll call another na lang. Sige, thank you. Medyo mahina yung internet. Harold.
Yes po. Market targeting. Targeting in marketing is a strategy that breaks a large market into smaller segments to concentrate on a specific group of customers within that audience. Instead of trying to reach an entire market, a brand uses target marketing to put their energy into connecting with a specific defined group within that market.
Do you hear me, class?
Yes po.
Okay, so Harold, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay, can you please read market targeting?
Ma'am, delay po ata sa inyo.
Okay, sige. I think there's a delay nga. Sige.
Thank you.
Ulitin ko po, ma'am.
Yes.
Market targeting. Targeting in marketing is a strategy that breaks a large market into smaller segments to concentrate on a specific group of customers within that audience. Instead of trying to reach an entire market, a brand uses target marketing to put their energy into connecting with a specific defined group within that market.
Okay. So, Wait lang, class. I think there's a delay. I don't know kung sa akin ba. Choppy ba ako, class? Choppy?
Hindi naman po ma'am, pero delay po talaga.
Okay, sige. Sige, ayusin ko lang ha. Okay, so going back, when we say target marketing class, these are the steps or the responsibilities of you as an employee to research or to do an feasibility study on how are you going to segregate or on how are you going to divide your target market or your customers to different parts or to different groups depending on their needs and preferences. So when we say market customers, targeting ibig sabihin focus. So ibig sabihin customers focus. How are you going to focus to different types of customers based on their needs and preferences? Now, what do we mean by market segmentation? So for example, you already identify your market or your customers. Now, na-target mo na rin siya. For example, ang target customers mo ay mga babae. Okay, so your target customers are female. Now, papasok tayo sa market segmentation. When we say market segmentation, these are the steps that you will subdivide your target customers based on the criteria that you set to them. For example, your market is a female. Your customer is person. Now, your target customers is a female. Now, isa-segmentize mo sila or i-divide mo sila. For example, pagsasama-samahin mo yung mga babaeng mahilig sa makeups. Pagsasama-samahin mo yung mga babaeng mahilig sa clothings. Pagsasamahin mo yung mga babaeng mahilig sa jewelries. Now, isa lang yung target mo, babae. Pero there are different characteristics or factors na kailangan mong i-consider in order for you to subdivide them. So yung isa-subdivide mo pa depending on their needs. That's what we call market segmentation. You will divide their characteristics or factors in order for them to buy your products and services. Moving forward, class, there are 7 bases of market segmentations. Meaning, paano ba natin hinahati-hati yung customers or yung target market natin in terms of their characteristics. So, meron tayong 7. Yung una, tinatawag nating demographic. Pangalawa, geographics. Next, psychographic. Next is volume, behavioral, and multiple bases or bases. So class, these are the 7 market segmentation. Ito yung mga different groups kung paano natin sila sinasubdivide individually. Now, let's discuss it one by one. First is demographic segmentation. So when we say demographic segmentation, it refers to the categorization of consumers into segments based on their demographic characteristics. This includes variables such as age, gender, income, education, religion, nationality, and etc. So class, tatandaan when we say demographic, mali yung spelling, kulang ng letter A to class, sorry ha. When we say demographic, parang ito yung details ng mga tao. Ito yung mga personal details ng each individual. For example, hahati-hatiin mo yung mga estudyante na age 18. So, group 18. Lahat ng 18 years old dito sa group A. Lahat ng 17 years old dito sa group B. For example naman, gender. So, i-divide mo sila male, female, or middle. Or education, lahat ng nakapagtapos ng bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctoral degree. Religion, you will divide them depending on their religion. Roman Catholic, Protestant, born again, INC. So that's what we call demographic segmentation. Isa-subdivide mo sila based on their personal details or personal characteristics. Okay, can you please cite me another example of demographic segmentation? Anyone? Plus, if I am calling names, those who will answer me will automatically exempted na ha sa recitation. I just need to hear your voices when answering. Anyone who can give me an example of demographic segmentation? Yes, Anna May.
Another demographic segmentation is pwede pong about their income or yung sa social standing nila, like in the middle class or higher class or lower. Then sa gender po, pwedeng male or female or other gender na preferred nila.
Okay, very good. So sabi ni Anna May, in terms of social classes, so tama. When we say social classes, yung katayuan mo sa buhay, nasa lower class ka ba, nasa middle class ka, or nasa upper class ka. So ganun din yung gagawin nyo, class, when you are working in a hospitality industry. For example, you are working inside a hotel. Now, your target customers are millennials to baby boomers. All right? So now, when you are doing a research, how are you going to identify their needs and preferences? So una, syempre, isa-segregate mo muna. Ano ba yung mga characteristics na meron sila? So kung millennial sila, anong age ng mga yon? Kung baby boomers, what will be their age? That's what we call demographic segmentation, their personal details. Moving forward is geographic segmentation. Class, very self-explanatory when we say geographic segmentation. Ito yung marketing na strategy mo kung saan tinatarget mo yung location or yung place kung saan nakatira yung mga tao or kung saan maraming nakatirang population. For example, you are launching a product or a product line, for example, makeups. Now, during your research, nakita mo na ang Cavite, maraming nagpurposes ng makeups. So, doon ka magtatayo ng business mo. That's what we call geographic segmentation. You identify which location or which places yung maraming consumers or maraming market. So, another example ng geographic segmentation, class, is it depends, or you will sell your products kung saan mas nangangailangan or mas kailangan nyo ng tao. For example, sa ano bang products pwede? For example, you are selling perfumes. Okay, now, while doing research, mostly nakita mo lahat ng Europeans mahilig sa perfumes, for example. So now, you will do a marketing strategy where you can target those European people. So, ang itatarget mong location ay Europe or European regions. That's what we call geographic segmentation, the location or the place where you will sell your products and services. Next is psychographic segmentation. So when we say psychographic segmentation, this is the type of market segmentation that pays attention to consumers' perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs, and utilizes this data to create customers' segments. It involves the following. First is values. Ano ba yung paniniwala mo? Ano ba yung nakalakihan mong beliefs? Second is interest. Ano ba yung mga gusto mo sa buhay? So si Alexis, anong trip niya? Gusto niya ba yung mga gadgets? Mahilig ba siya mag-travel? Mahilig ba siya magbasa? Or mahilig lang ba siya sa loob ng bahay? That's what we call interest. Ano yung mga hobbies mo? Or yung mga kagustuhan mo? Next is activity. Ano ba yung mga ginagawa mo sa pang-araw-araw mong buhay? Or ano yung lifestyle mo? For example, school, bahay, or bahay, school. Or for example, work, school, or meron ka pang bahay. So it depends on your activity or your browsing activity. For example, sa Facebook, ano ba yung usual na nire-research mo or sinesearch mo? Ano ba yung usual na tinitingnan mo sa Shopee, sa Lazada? Next is behavior. When we say behavior, how are you going to react just in case meron kang services or products na nakita. Impulsive buyer ka ba? Mabilis ka bang maengganyo? Or ang dami mong tanong bago ka bumili ng mga products and services? So when we say psychographic class, meaning psycho, it is focuses on your thinking or sa pag-iisip nyo. Ano ba yung tumatakbo sa isip mo? Ano ba yung needs, yung wants, or yung behavior mo towards something or towards products and services. One of the best example ng psychographic segmentation class na ginagawa ng mga advertising agency ay tinatawag nating algorithm. So tandaan nyo, when we say algorithm, ito yung chine-check or sinusukat ng different marketing agency yung activities nyo sa social media. Have you experienced ba while browsing sa inyong mga Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media accounts? For example, si Abby, nag-search siya ng whitening products kasi na-curious siya, gusto niya magpaputi, for example. Now, pagka-search ni Abby, di tinanggal niya na, tapos niya nang i-search. Sa browsing history niya or sa timeline niya sa Facebook niya, nakikita niya, ang mga nakikita niyang sponsored ads na lumalabas is about whitening products. Have you experienced that, class?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay, so that's what we called our algorithm, class. In technology, meron silang platform kung saan minomonitor nila yung browsing history nyo or yung browsing activities ninyo. Kung saan, kung ano yung interest nyo or ano yung behavior nyo towards things or products and services, yun yung ipapakita nila sa inyo. Bakit? Yes, Trisha, you are raising your hand.
Ma'am, meron po akong isang example ng algorithm po. Di ba po pag nasa Google po kayo, meron po mga websites na humihingi po ng cookies, kung alam niyo po yun.
Correct.
Yung mga cookies po na yun po yung, pag in-accept niyo po yun, ano niyo yung mga search history niyo po para po yung website na yun, i-adapt niya kung ano yung mga lagi niyong sinesearch or yung mga mga ginagawa niyo kapag nag-ano kayo sa Google.
Okay, very good. So, class, tama yung sinabi ni Trisha, yung cookies. Pag pupunta kayo sa different websites, especially pag nagre-research kayo, may magpa-prompt. Do you want to accept cookies, blah, blah, blah. May lalabas doon. So, when you accepted that button, class, ma-record niya or makukuha niya yung algorithm ng browsing history mo. Now, kaya magtataka kayo, bakit sa Google ko sinearch yung whitening products, pero sa Facebook, yun yung nakikita ko sa mga ads. Bakit may nagsasend sa Gmail ko ng mga ganitong sponsor ads, hindi naman ako nag-subscribe dito? That's what we call algorithm, class. The technology or the internet are interconnected with each other. That's the way where they can track your activities online. That's why there are some people na ayaw nila ng masyadong public yung profiles nila, yung details nila, dahil, class, always remember all informations, even if photos, videos, chat messages na ginagamit nyo, social media or in online, lahat yan nakikita sa algorithm. That's one of the best example of psychographic segmentation, class. So, kinakatch up na mga algorithm na yon yung mga nasa isip nyo or yung mga needs and wants nyo or yung behavior nyo. And then once they catch those activities or those behavior, yun yung ibabato nila doon sa mga client nila, which is yung mga businesses or yung mga organizations offering various products and services na ipapakita nila sa inyo based on your preferences. Halimbawa, lagi mo nakikita pampaputi sa sa timeline mo. So ikaw, parang maa-attract ka or mae-engganyo ka. Ay, sige na nga, i-add to cart ko na nga to or ilalazada ko na nga to, bibilin ko na nga to. That's what we call psychographic segmentation. Next is volume segmentation, class. When we say volume segmentation, ito yung dinidivide niyo yung mamimili nyo based sa dami ng binibili nila or sa dami ng ina-avail nilang products and services. I think all of us na ang tawag dito, ano bang Tagalog, nanonotice or nakikita natin sa grocery stores class, merong, di ba pag sa cashier, pag pipila na kayo sa cashier, makikita nyo doon nakalagay big basket, small basket. Dito yung mga kaunti lang yung bibilihin. Kala nyo walang purpose yon, but in reality may purpose bakit yun ginagawa ng mga supermarkets or ng mga businesses. Kasi they want to filter those people or those markets na maraming binibili versus dun sa kuunti lang yung binibili. Kasi pinag-aaralan nga nila yung behavior ng clients or ng consumers. So now, nirarank natin sa 3 levels yung volume segmentation. So very simple. First is heavy usage. When we say heavy usage, nafi-filter nila sino yung mga taong laging bumibili ng mga ganitong products. For example, toothpaste. In their supermarket, they know how many consumers purchase a toothpaste box in a day. For example, 1 million. That's what we call heavy usage. Gaano ka kadami gumamit ng products and services. Next is medium usage. Sapat lang, nasa normal range. Yung mga businesses na yan, class, meron silang range. Paano matatawag na heavy usage, medium usage, and lastly, light usage. Ma'am, paano po nalalaman pag sa supermarket? Your receipts. Class, yung resibo nyo, may tracking number yan, may barcodes. So, nare-record lahat yan sa system. Tapos, yung system nila, i-itemize nila yan. Titingnan nila ano yung mga mabiling products or mabiling services doon sa business nila or sa organization nila. Kaya kung napapansin nyo, ma'am, kung magtatanong kayo sa akin, ma'am, paano po nila na-invento? Ano po yun? Iisa-isahin po nila yung mga paninda po nila doon sa supermarket? So, no. Ang purpose ng resibo, class, di ba nakalista lahat ng pinamili nyo doon? Yung system nila, yun yung tinatawag nating volume segmentation. Meron sila doong features kung saan nahihiwalay-hiwalay nila yung categories ng products. Once I click toothpaste, the total number of toothpaste na nabili on that day is lalabas. Once I click wines, lalabas doon. For example, ang toothpaste that day ang nabili ay 500 boxes. Pero ang inventory nila meron silang 1,500 boxes. Ngayon, since nabili na yung 500 boxes, 1,000 na lang yung natitira. That's why o-order ulit sila or magpa-purchase ulit sila sa supplier nila. That's what we call volume segmentation. Next, behavioral segmentation class. When we say behavioral segmentation, ito yung paano ka ba namimili? Paano ba yung setup mo pag namimili ka? May listahan ka ba? Sinusunod mo ba yung listahan mo or impulsive ka? Pupunta ka lang ng supermarket tapos kung ano yung maisip mo na kulang sa bahay, yun yung bibilihin mo. Or kung ano yung maisip mo na gusto mong kainin, yun yung bibilihin mo. That's what we call behavioral segmentation. How are your purchasing decision? Paano ka nag-interact sa mga products and services? For example, hindi ka nag-i-stick sa isang brand ng product. For example, punta ka supermarket. Ngayon, ang nabili mong toyo last month is ang pangalan ng toyo na to?
Dato puti.
Okay, for example, Dato Puti class. Now, may nakita kang panibagong brand nakalagay Marca Piña. Okay, so Dato Puti versus Marca Piña. Sabi mo, ay last month itong Dato Puti yung binili ko. Ngayon, may nakita kayong Marca Piña, kalalagay lang. Ngayon, nalito ka na or nag-isip ka na, ano kayang bibilihin ko? Yung Marca Piña naman or yung Dato Puti? Hindi ka nag-i-stick sa isang brand. That's what we call behavioral segmentation. Ibig sabihin, nag-iiba yung actions mo based on the products and services na nakikita mo. Or for example, si Ann, for example, siya yung inatasan na mag-grocery. Sabi ng mama ni Ann, ang bibilihin mo lang ay yung mga buy one, take one na products. However, pagdating ni Ann, doon sa grocery, walang mga buy one, take one, puro regular prices. So si Ann, she can't decide agad kasi yung mama niya yung nag-utos sa kanya. Now, tatawagan niya muna yung mama niya. So ma, wala namang buy one, take one ngayon, wala namang promo. Regular prices to lahat. So what are we going to do? So syempre, yung mama ni Ann, magbabago yung behavior. Or sige na nga, yung normal prices na lang, wala naman tayong magagawa. That's what we call behavioral segmentation. Your attitudes or your personality is changing or vary depending on the present factors na nakikita mo in your environment. So meron tayong criteria na sinusunod. First is the type of products. Pag sinabing type ng products is yung gamit niya or yung purpose niya. For example, si Angeli, meron siyang baking shop or pastry shop. So nagbe-bake si Angeli. Now, the type of products na ginagamit niya sa mga pastries niya ay mga high-end or mga matataas yung caliber, mga mahal, kasi mahal yung mga tinitinda niyang pastries. So ngayon, mag-grocery si Angeli, pero yung mga materials na ginagamit niya ay wala doon sa market na binibilihan niya. Now, since hindi siya pwedeng bumili ng basta-basta na lang, hindi na siya bibili doon. Aalis siya. Maghahanap siya ng products na kailangan para doon sa business niya kasi yun na yung nakasanayan niya. That's what we call type of products. Your behavior will change depende doon sa mga nakasanayan mo ng products and services. Next is content they consume. When we say content they consume, bago nyo siya inumin, bago nyo siya kainin, tinitingnan nyo yung ingredients. Example natin si Jen, si Edgar Jen, for example, siya ay vegetarian. So, ang kinakain niya ay hindi nagmi-meat. So, vegetables lang. So, bago siya bumili sa supermarket ng mga products, tinitingnan niya yung ingredients kung pasok ba doon sa diet niya. If hindi pasok sa diet niya, so hindi niya bibilhin. Hindi siya bumibili rin ng meat, for example. Ang binibili niya is yung mga organic products kasi nga vegetarian siya. That's what we call content they consume. Your buying behavior depends on your lifestyle or on the things that you will put on your mouth or on your digestive. That's what we call content they consume. Next is benefits that they will get. Ito naman, for example, si Jade. Si Jade, mahilig siyang magtingin kung makakakuha ba siya doon ng protein, carbohydrates, puputi ba siya dito, or gaganda ba yung buhok niya. For example, naglalakad si Jade sa mall, mag-grocery, may humarang sa kanyang promodizer. Sabi ng promodizer, ma'am, bumili ka na nitong capsule ko. After 7 days, papayat ka, hindi mo kailangan mag-exercise. So that's what we call benefits that they will get. Titingnan nyo muna kung may makukuha ba kayong positive impact or positive outcome dun sa mga products na bibilhin nyo. Another example is sa gulay. Nagpunta si Jezriel sa supermarket and then may nakita siya doong tomatoes. Yung tomato 1, medium size. Yung tomato 2, large size. However, nagtataka si Jezreel, ba't sobrang laki naman ng tomato na to dito? Eh, hindi naman ganito yung tomato. Nakita niya dun sa label, GMOs. When we say GMOs, genetically modified organism or genetically modified organics. When we say genetically modified class, tinutusukan ng injection or ng gamot para lumaki or bumilis yung growth and production. So sabi ni Jezriel, ay dito na lang ako sa maliit na tomatoes kasi nabasa ko pag GMOs daw yung binibili mo, delikado daw sa katawan kasi maraming chemicals. Dito na lang ako sa small tomatoes kasi ito mas healthy. So that's what we call benefits that they will get. And lastly, cadence of their interactions with an app, website, or business. Class, when we say cadence, yung nakikita nyong mga reviews online or yung nakikita nyo mga word of mouth or mga nakikita nyong proof sa online towards to that products and services. For example, si Kenneth, mahilig siyang mag-browse online. Nakita niya, mahilig siya mag-virtual gaming. Ngayon, gusto niyang bumili ng PC, ng gaming PC. Ngayon, while browsing sa Facebook, sa Google, or may nakita siyang promotions habang naglalakad siya sa community nila na etong gaming PC, for example, merong 2,000 gig, kunyari lang ha. Ito yung pinakamagandang PC in the market. So, ang dami niyang tiningnang reviews, ang dami niyang tiningnang proofs kung totoo ba talaga. So, nakita niya na totoo talaga na ito talaga yung pinakamagandang gaming PC. That's why, yun yung bibilihin niya. Kasi habang nagbabrowse siya through internets, applications, and websites, nakita niya na all reviews ng mga tao na nag-purchase ng PC na yon ay maganda. That's why yun din yung bibilihin niya. So that's what we call cadence of their interactions via social media pages. So that's what we call behavioral segmentation. Next, yung multiple basis segmentation. When we say multiple basis segmentation class, pinagsama-sama niya lahat ng segmentation. Bakit? There are many companies na ang ginagamit nilang marketing strategy ay multiple basis segmentation. Ma'am, ano po yung multiple basis segmentation? Ibig sabihin, pinag-mix and match nila yung other segmentation katulad ng behavioral, psychographic, geographic, lahat yon tina-target nila. Kasi, bakit? Masyado nang malaki yung kumpanya nila para mag-target ng isang behavior lang or ng isang segments lang. Since malaki na yung company nila, marami na silang branches, pwedeng each branches, ibang segments yung tina-target nila. That's what we call multiple basis segmentation. You are targeting the different market segments in the industry. So, for example, is travel agency class. This is one of the best example ng multiple basis segmentation. So, please remember the travel agency. Ang travel agency, di ba, nagbebenta sila ng tour packages, airline tickets, passport documentations, passport assistance, hotel accommodations, transportations. Unlike halimbawa airlines ka, ang binebenta mo lang tickets or airline seats. Kung hotels, ang binebenta mo lang rooms. Pag naman tourist attractions, ang binebenta mo tickets, di ba? But pag travel agency, nakikipag-join ka to those industries, tapos pagsasama-samahin mo yon in one packages. So what will be the effect? You will target all the market segments. Lahat ng tao na gustong mag-travel via airlines, cruise lines, or ferries, pwede mong offeran kasi may transportation packages ka. Yung mga taong gustong kumuha ng passports, ng visas, pwede mong i-assess or i-assist kasi meron kang packages nun. Yung mga taong gusto mag-book sa hotel, pwede rin. So that's what we call multiple basis segmentation. You are targeting or you are mixing and matching all the other segments in order for you to catch the large volume of market or consumers. Next, 5 requirements for effective segmentation. So paano ba natin malalaman na yung paghahati-hati mo ng preferences ng target market mo or ng consumers mo ay effective or maganda? First is measurable. When we say measurable class, nasusukat mo or meron kang panukat on how are you going to count the datas of your consumers. Hindi pwedeng, okay, Carlo, i-segment nga natin yung mga babae, yun yung tatargetin natin. Ilang babae ang tatargetin mo? Wala kang number. Dapat may bilang. For example, sige Carlo, let's target all females ages 15 to 25 years old. Based on my research, nasa 5,000 ata sila dito sa Cavite. Or based on my research, nasa 5,000 ata yung mga babae ages 18 to 25 years old dito sa Cabso Indang. That's what we call measurable. Meron kang data na dapat nabibilang mo or specific. Next, accessible. When we say accessible class, how are you going to reach your market? Paano mo sila mabebentahan ng products and services mo sa mababang presyo para maabot mo sila or para ma-reach mo sila? For example, i-reach mo ba sila via flyering? Yung mga babaeng 5,000 ba, paano mo sila mapa-flyer? Magkakahiwalay sila ng bahay. Magkakahiwalay sila ng locations pag umuwi sila. So how are you going to access those market segments? So ang gagawin mo, online targeting or online marketing. So Facebook boosting, Facebook targeting. So that's what we call accessible. You will do actions on how are you going to reach your market. So through advertisements. Substantial or substantial. When we say substantial number class is essential, nabibilang or may bilang. For example, ano ba? makakapag-target ka, or you will gather enough informations, or you will gather enough data through your clients or through your customer when we say substantial. For example, how are you going to collect informations for job or employment? Na halimbawa, ilan yung mga nagtatrabaho as rank and file? Ilan yung mga nagtatrabaho as supervisor? Halimbawa, magtatayo ka ng business. Ang target market mo ay supervisors. Pero pag tingin mo, yung bilang ng supervisor sa Indang ay 5 lang. So how are you going to target that market? Kung lilima lang sila, paano kakikita sa kanila? Kung substantial, dapat meron silang definite or maraming amount ng numbers na pwedeng makiter ng products and services na ibebenta mo. Differentiable or different or na-differentiate mo siya from one another. Sabi nila, when segmenting the market, you should make sure that different target markets respond differently to different marketing strategy. If a business is only targeting one segment, then this might not be as much as an issue. When we say differentiable class, ibig sabihin sumasagot sila sa mga surveys or feedbacks mo. Hindi pwedeng dinadaya lang yung surveys and feedbacks mo. Dapat merong variations. Dapat nakakakuha ka ng iba't ibang information. Halimbawa, nagpa-survey ka sa Jollibee. Kunyari, nag-work ka sa Jollibee. Tapos, pina-survey mo doon how much money yung ini-spend nila every day or every week pag kumakain sila sa Jollibee. Tapos, yung sagot nila doon lahat 1,000 pesos. So, walang deviations. Dapat may deviations. Dapat you need to push your clients kung para makuha mo yung sagot na magkakaiba. So, paano mo yun gagawin? Siyempre, sa paggawa ng research questions, sa paggawa ng research suggestions. Kailangan ma-filter out mo yung mga needs and preferences ng clients mo. Lastly is actionable. When we say actionable class, makatotohanan or pwede mo talagang magawa or pwede mo talagang gawin yung strategy na yon. Your market segments need to be actionable means that they have practical value. Ibig sabihin, when you do that strategies, mapapakinabangan siya ng consumers mo or ng clients mo. Hindi yung gagawa ka ng strategy tapos wala, no effect. Or ginawa mo lang, nagsayang ka lang, tapos hindi naman pala siya target sa market mo or sa consumers mo. So that's what we call actionable. Dapat meron siyang health or meron siyang positive output, positive outcome, not only for your business but also for your clients. Market positioning. When we say market positioning class, paano mo ilalagay yung products and services mo sa market or sa environment or sa sa bentahan. Paano mo siya ipapakilala sa mga target customers mo? Paano mo siya ilo-launch or paano mo siya i-distribute to different target markets or target segments? So, merong 4 na piece para ma-achieve siya. Yun yung tinatawag nating promotion, price, place, and products. So, hindi natin siya masyadong i-elaborate in this chapter kasi yung 4 pieces of marketing ay merong different lesson which will be discussed on our next lesson which will be next week. But remember that market positioning, this is the action on how are you going to show your brands or how are you going to create image of your products and services to your consumers. For example, magtatayo ka ng samgyupsal business. Now, yung samgyupsal business mo, paano mo ba siya gustong ipakilala sa market mo or sa customers mo? Abot masa ba? Or para ba sa masa? Para ba siya sa mayayaman? Or yung samgyupsal business mo ba, laging may pa-freebies? Laging maraming advertisements, maraming promotions? That's what we call market positioning. You are creating your own image or you're creating your own brand of your products and services. Positioning strategies, class. First, how are you going to, pag sinabi nating positioning strategies, ito yung mga pwede mong gawing actions on how are you going to promote or how are you going to create image para sa mga itatayo mong business in the near future. So one is positioning based on products characteristics. When we say positioning on product-based characteristics, ima-market mo yung products mo based on their usage or based on their benefits. For example, magtatayo ka ng coffee shop, tapos yung coffee na binibenta mo sa coffee shop mo ay merong health benefits na nakakapayat. So yun yung ima-market mo sa client mo or yun yung ima-market mo sa mga customers mo. Any other examples ng positioning strategies about characteristics ng products? Anyone? Yes, Anna May, Hovenier?
Yung sa mga skincare products po na for sensitive skin, syempre po marami pong products na naglalabas po ng skincare line, pero meron pong mga tao na sobrang sensitive yung skin nila. So, in order for them to actually stand out, syempre ipapakita po nila kung gaano suitable siya for sensitive skin, like ipapakita yung mga ingredients or kung saan ba gawa yung skincare product na yun para maging suitable siya for sensitive skin po. Yun po.
Okay. Okay, very good. So, tama. You will show the ingredients, you will show the specifications of a product. That's what we call positioning based on product characteristics class. Ipapakita mo sa merkado yung benefits na makukuha nila kapag ginamit nila yung products na binibenta mo. Next, positioning based on price. Very simple when we say positioning based on price class. Yung pagbebentahan mo or yung presyo na ilalagay mo dun sa products mo. For example, magtatayo ka ng business, milk tea business. Ngayon, ang promotions mo is buy one, take one na milk tea. So, ibig sabihin, you are proposing or you are positioning your products based on yung presyo ng milk tea mo. So, mura. Ibig sabihin, maraming pupunta sa'yo kasi buy one, take one yung milk tea mo eh. So, that's what we call price. Nakafocus ka sa promotion ng products mo in terms of its presyo or kung paano mo siya ibebenta sa merkado. Another example, si Alexis, nagtayo siya ng hotel. Tapos yung hotel niya, binibenta niya ang per room ng 10,000 per night. So yun yung presyo niya. So yun yung positioning strategies ni Alexis. Ang target market niya ay mayayaman, celebrities. So na may enough funds or money to purchase that kind of accommodation based on price. Next is positioning based on quality or luxury. When we say quality or luxury class is yung gamit or yung pag ginamit mo to magiging angat ka sa iba or magiging kilala ka, parang cool or nasa trend ka. For example, sabi nga natin, di ba, class, high price is good quality. Ibig sabihin, may thinking yung tao na kapag mahal, maganda yung quality. Na kapag mura, pangit yung quality. So, yun yung tinatawag nating quality or luxury. For example, si Christian, mahilig siya mag-travel. Ngayon, nag-travel si Christian sa Caribbean cruise line. So, nag-Caribbean tour siya. So, nag-cruise si Christian. Nakita ng mga tropa niya. So, syempre yung mga tropa ni Christian, sasabihin sa kanya, grabe, sobrang yaman mo naman, Christian. Nag-Caribbean tour ka, sobrang mahal ng bayad doon. Magkano ba yung nagastos mo? Sabi ni Christian, ay 200,000 lang naman for 10 days. That's what we call luxury. Ibig sabihin, you are positioning your products or your services because meron siyang high-end value. Ang one of the best examples nito, class, yung mga sobrang mamahal na pagkain. Halimbawa, yung pinost dati ni Jessica Soho, yung merong nag-iisang wine sa Okada, Manila, na nag-open sila. Ang presyo ng gold wine na yon ay tumataginting na 10 million pesos. That's what we call luxury. Ibig sabihin, yung mga kumpanya na to, ang target market nila ay yung mga elitista or elite. Tandaan niyo, class, ha? Their target market is elite, yung mga mayayaman or sobrang daming pera. Another example is yung mga nagta-travel sa Amanpulo or sa mga private islands na ang bayad ay 100,000 per night or per day. So, yung mga businesses na yon, pinoposition nila yung mga businesses nila in terms of quality or luxury kasi sinasabi nila na when you book with us, kahit sobrang mahal, you will get the highest possible quality and satisfaction na pwede naming ibigay sa'yo. Para kang hari at reyna if you position your products in terms of quality and luxury. Yes, Jess?
May isi-share lang po ako, ma'am, tungkol po sa luxury.
Yes.
Si
Okay.
yung natatandaan niyo po yung mga uso po yung plantita, plantito. Tapos
Yes.
nag-ano si Jessica Soho ng in-advertise niya si Arids and Aroids.
Correct.
Kung kilala niyo po si Arids and Aroids, plantita po talaga siya.
Yes.
Alam niyo po yung cactus na sobrang liit? Sans rival cactus po. Which is estimated po niya is 1.2 or 1.3 million na price po. Yun lang po. Sa sobrang liit niya po, parang nagbebenta po siya ng ganon. Sobrang liit na 1 million lang po. Yun, luxury po. Parang walang bumibili.
Correct.
Tapos, nabalitaan na lang po namin. Parang na lang po. Nanakaw na po yung sans rival cactus niya. So, sobrang mahal.
Okay, correct. So that will fall luxury. Yung mga bagay na hindi na kayang bilhin or i-avail ng mga normal people or ng mga middle class people, that will fall quality or luxury. Yung mga prices or yung mga services nila ay can only be afforded by the elite person or by the elite society. That's what we call positioning based on quality or luxury. Next is positioning based on product use or application. This associate your product with a particular usage is another way to position your product in the market. Yung mga ginagamit natin mga appliances class or yung mga ginagamit nating mga equipments. Di ba may nauso ngayon yung air fryer? So pwede naman tayo magprito lang sa kawali or magluto lang sa kawali, pero may nauuso na ngayon yung mga air fryer because it gives us convenience. It gives us the convenience of application na makakapag-save tayo ng time and mas makakapag-gawa pa tayo ng other essentials na pwede nating gawin. That's what we call position based on product use or application. Depende sa gamit or depende sa paggamit natin. Positioning based on competition. So when we say based on competition, halimbawa, si Edward tsaka si Eunice, meron silang business, spa business. Ngayon, si Edward, ang positioning ng strategy niya ay competition. Ibig sabihin, lagi niyang binabantayan ano yung promotion ni Eunice. For example, ang promotion lagi ni Eunice sa spa niya ay every December nag-o-offer si Eunice ng 499 pesos for 1 hour Swedish massage. Yun yung kay Eunice. Ngayon si Edward, nakita yun ni Edward, ay si Eunice nag-o-offer ng 499. Ako i-offer ko lang siya ng 299. Tapos 1 hour and 30 minutes ko siya i-offer. That's what we call positioning based on competition. Tatapatan mo or mas bababaan mo yung presyo mo or mas mag-a-add ka ng additional freebies para mas sa'yo lumapit yung customers, hindi dun sa kalaban mo. However, this positioning based on competition, it creates chaos sometimes or gulo sometimes, especially sa mga small business owners kasi iniisip nila na ginagaya or sinasabotahe yung business nila. That's what the negative effect of positioning your products based on competition. Ibig sabihin kasi some of the small owners sinasabi nila ay wala kang originality. Inaabangan mo lang kung ano yung promotions ko tas gagayahin mo. So that's the negative effect. That's the end of our discussion for chapter 7. Okay, can you please turn on your cameras, class? Questions muna, clarifications, before we move to our final recitation. Yes, Eunice.
Ma'am, yung kanina po yung sa segmentations, kanina nakalagay 7 doon, pero 6 lang yung lumabas.
Yeah, sorry, typos. 6 lang, 6. Pa-ano na lang, pa-correct. So we only have 6.
Okay.